Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am SidAlpha, and this is my vlog, my rambling series, where I sit here and talk to you guys about just everything in general, life, what's been going on the channel, what you can expect coming up on the channel, and everything in between. And this is a very, very unscripted format, so that's why it's called a rambling series, because I have a tendency to ramble when I don't have a list of talking points right in front of me. So what's been going on so far is, you may have noticed the content is a little bit light on the channel this past week, and that is a fact for two reasons. One is my parents were visiting, so I wanted to be able to spend some time with them. Secondly is, actually, I updated the BIOS on my motherboard in order to resolve an interesting issue that I was hoping to be able to avoid a full operating system reinstall to fix. And that is because I upgraded from Windows 7 to Windows 10, and I'm one of those few people that the system idle process is somehow detected as CPU utilization by the motherboard. So my computer is constantly reporting 100% CPU utilization, and it's caused some odd thermal spikes and things of that nature, and it's becoming an issue. And so I ran a BIOS update hoping that would resolve the issue, and did about 5 or 6 other fixes that I've been able to find online. Thankfully, my job as an IT tech, I'm able to accomplish such amazing feats. However, none of these resolve the issue, which leaves me with the only resolution left being an operating system reinstall, which is time consuming, especially considering everything that I've set up on this computer as far as streaming and everything like that is concerned. And also, with the BIOS updates, I've had the unfortunate happenstance of my USB 3 connections randomly dropping and disconnecting now for a moment and then reconnecting a few seconds later. It's caused some interesting issues, and I've even had to start this recording over. This is probably the 4th time I've had to start it over. So it's a bit frustrating. So I think the BIOS update screwed something up in my motherboard, so I'm going to try and do a flash back on the BIOS and see if that resolves the USB 3 issues. If it doesn't, I may have to replace the motherboard, which it's about due anyways. It's coming up on its 3rd year, and considering the sheer amount of punishment I put this computer through, being it is a YouTube recording, editing, and gaming computer and everything like that, the motherboard probably needs replacement. Now, it's not by any means an old motherboard. It's I'm still running a 5th gen i7 5930K, and it is a DDR4 board. It's an X99 chipset, and it's a good board. It's the damn board cost me $350. Actually, the current cost of the motherboard is $350. I believe it was closer to $500 when I originally bought it. But suffice to say, some slightly more modern X99 chipset boards have come out, and I'll probably be purchasing one of those and then doing a full format reinstall, because I want this thing to be able to run stably for the purpose of doing this for you guys. And also on my channel, I noticed with my most recent Star Citizen video something that I had a mistaken impression about before, and that was in relation to my own perceptions on how the videos would be received. So I don't know if anyone's noticed or not, but I've gone through quite a few of those commentary videos where I talk about the industry as a whole and Star Citizen and the fanboys, the tribalism, the toxicity of the fan base and the anti-fan base and everything of that nature. And it's very much one of those things where I've always had this impression, this opinion, that the video wouldn't be well received. And this has always turned out to be patently false. And that is ever since I stopped being such a hothead in my videos, and I started working on relating through my thoughts in a healthier fashion and attempting to use objectivity and intellect as opposed to blind rage. And ever since then, my commentary videos have been much more well received, and I still had this impression deep down that those videos would not be well received, like I said, and that's very much not the case. So moving forward, I'm going to be showing a little bit more confidence in myself and my abilities, because it's been patently proven that a fair amount of people watch those commentary videos, especially more than any of my more than my reviews, which is interesting because I'm a gaming review channel. But the commentaries are much more commonly viewed, and much more they net me more subscribers than even the reviews do. So I will be doing more of those whenever possible. Of course, it's subject to gaming news. I will also be continuing reviews, which thankfully the AAAs for PCs anyways has calmed down. And so we can take a breath, take a breather, and concentrate on other things. And which is concentrate on normal content as opposed to back-to-back reviews. And also don't forget the Battlefield 1 Part 2 review is still incoming. I believe Han with 2 A's, you actually asked about that on one of the videos. Where's the Part 2? It's still coming. Don't worry. I just hadn't had a chance to do it yet, but I will be. I did make a promise that I would do so, and I do fully intend on carrying out that promise. In addition to that, though, there was going to be, I was planning on, in one of the earlier recordings of this video, I was actually announcing the first metagaming podcast was going to be this Sunday. Unfortunately, guest stars keep having to back out for life reasons or for channel reasons and everything in between. And so I'm hitting a streak of bad luck there as far as guests are concerned. So I'm probably going to have another conversation with I Am Patty Jack, sit down and see what we can figure out, because I do want to pursue this. I really do. And now that everything's settled down a little bit with work and everything like that, with the new building, I will be able to access that on Sundays to be able to stream with, because that's, I found out that my home internet, while I found out I did have enough bandwidth to be able to stream on, it's not stable enough to be able to stream with. And so my only option is using the internet at work, which is definitely a lot more bandwidth and is supremely stable. It's a 300 by 300 fiber line that is a full duplex, 300 down, 300 up simultaneous. So on Sundays when the office is closed, I have more bandwidth than I will know what to do with. So I was really looking forward to being able to host the podcast on Sundays, but we may have to put it off for another week or more until we can line up a new batch of guests and potentially come up with a third permanent host, because I do want this to be 3 permanent hosts and a single guest cycling out. But that turns out, when you're a small YouTuber like me, it's a lot more difficult to do than you might think. And that's a shame, too, because I've worked exceptionally hard on getting ready for this podcast. In addition to my normal content, I've been working the hell out of learning OBS, designing overlays, hand making overlays, and figuring out how to do that, purchasing additional Adobe software to be able to make the overlays with, and getting that done. And I'm actually kind of proud with how well the overlays turned out. I was looking forward to being able to unveil those. Unfortunately, it's going to have to wait for a little while, which is okay. That's not the worst thing in the world. I would rather wait a little bit longer and do it right than I would rush in, half-ass it, and then risk not having a viewer base to watch them because the first videos, the first few episodes were subpar. So that's also something that I held true with my channel, on my YouTube channel, was I started out with a much higher standard of quality than any other channel of my size. I still am much higher quality than most channels of my size, and I want to be able to maintain that level of excellence for you guys on everything that I do. So the Sunday streams, at least the Sunday podcasts, may have to be put off. However, I might be able to pack up my tower, haul it down to work on Sundays, and do some streaming for you guys on an internet connection that will actually allow 1080p 60 and everything of that nature. So there is that. And in addition to that, of course, Winter's Edge on the Saturday stream is over. Final episodes occurred not this last weekend, the weekend before. And so we've been gearing up for a new campaign that will actually be taking place on Thursdays. And that'll be taking place with several of the more popular viewers from Arthur's channel. And I know all three of these guys, friends with them, online friends with them, and they're exceptional guys, and they're exceptional gamers, and they're really going to keep me on my toes. So that's going to be interesting. That will, of course, be on Thursday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 Eastern, and it's going to be an interesting campaign, and I will actually not be a person in charge. So it's going to be a little bit of a different experience. Not evil character and not a boss man. So trying something new there. So the first episode of that will be coming up this Thursday, like I said, at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 Eastern, over at AP Gaming Reels channel, or you can watch it on my Twitch, because I will of course be hosting it on my channel, which is twitch.tv/Sid_Alpha. So do not forget to go check it out. If we do end up having a podcast, it probably will not be this Sunday because of the most recent bailout this evening, which was a perfectly understandable bailout. I actually recommended that she not, because I feel, and she feels, I think, that she's been taking too much stuff on, and I wanted to make sure she didn't overload herself, because I do like her. I'm a fan of hers. And, who knows, further down the road, she is a Heart of the Swarm player, a very big Heart of the Swarm player, and I've been kind of falling into that game a little bit, and I'd love to do some collaborations with her on that. So we'll see how that goes. And then maybe when her life isn't so crazy and we have things more established on the podcast, we'll be able to pick it up and have her on as a guest star again. So don't count it out yet, just not right now. So, but in the meantime, I've been talking for 12 minutes again, and it's late. It's 11:20 right now as I'm recording this, and I need to get to bed because I do have one more day of work ahead of me tomorrow. Plus, I've got some video games I got to get finished and more reviews to get out to you guys. Plus, I also plan on doing another commentary video on the Video Game Awards that took place tonight. And my God, what a fucking joke that was. That's all I'll say. It was for now. I'm gonna do a full video on it, discussing it, because damn, just damn. Okay, so thanks again, guys, for watching this exceptionally long rambling video. Talk about, if you watch this all the way to the end and want to let me know, talk about BattleTech in the comments down below. And the reason for that is because some news has come out recently about BattleTech and a BattleTech game, and it's something that I am exceptionally excited about, and I will probably be doing a video about that as well. So much stuff I want to do. So much stuff. There's not enough hours in the day. And real quick, though, I'm just going to ramble on a little bit more here because this just popped into my head. And this is one more iteration that, I do really appreciate you guys, each and every single one of you. I've seen several more very vehement supporters of the channel that have shown up in recent weeks. And so I just wanted to take a moment to thank everyone again for being as awesome as you are, and for allowing my channel to even get to the point that it's gotten. We're in December right now. I'm still at 1,850 subscribers, so my ability to break 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year is probably a pipe dream at this point. I will get to 2,000 subscribers, make no mistake, that will happen, but by the end of the year, it's looking very doubtful, and that's okay. There's not a problem with that. I just won't end up doing a 2,000 subscriber giveaway, or at least not as big a one. Which leads me to something else, guys, and I really do appreciate everyone who likes the videos and who posts them out there for other people to see and everything like that, because I really am shit when it comes to self-advertising. I don't know jack about how to advertise on the internet for a YouTube channel. And you know, while I may do my level best to maintain a level of excellence in comparison to the size of my YouTube channel, the fact of the matter is I will probably never be I'll probably never make it big, and that's okay. You know, I would love to make it big. I would love to be able to turn this into a full-time job, to be able to do this all the time for you guys. But the fact of the matter, you know, facts are facts, and the chances of that happening are extremely slim. And chances of that happening for a channel whose content is like mine is even slimmer. So I hold no illusions there, but I just wanted to say that I really do appreciate everyone who's done their best to help me out, help the channel to grow, and do what they can to help support the channel, because every single one of you are amazing. You make the world a better place. You make my life better, and I can't appreciate you enough. So I just wanted to say that real quick. So again, thanks again for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget BattleTech in the comments. And once more, I am SidAlpha, and I will see you next time.